We have returned, Sahil Rahi Roy, for another edition of the ISB show covering today. We're going back to Asia, but not the World Cup qualifiers today. Not yet. Today we're covering the Asian Cup qualifiers.
Yeah. Okay, I can get behind that. I can get excited about that, Roy.
There's a lot.
I can as well. Yes, sir.
There's a lot to talk about, a lot of countries that we've been covering. So let's get into it. First things first, guys. First things first. I want to show how things are going in the groups. Here we go. So let's start off. Hey, what sticks out to you about this, guys? What sticks out to you about this?
The terrible Wikipedia graphic is what sticks out to me right away.
Yes. But as I said before, we're talking about the teams. Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I told you that Wikipedia is our sponsor right now. So that's what's going on. So
we're paying Wikipedia. I just donated to Wikipedia last week,
so we're paying them. But anyway, so what happened, guys, in the last window, the March window? Here's what happened. You look at Group A. Philippines getting a victory. Group B, Lebanon getting a victory. But I want to direct yourselves to Group C.
Who's on top, Roy? Who's on top of Group C?
Yeah, my brother. I am part Indian because I am so close to you guys. So I feel that pride in my heart that India is finally, for the first time in their history, even though they haven't won a match yet, on the top of the group.
Actually, we are definitely not on the top of the group.
There's no way we're on the top of this group. I don't know why Wikipedia decided to put India top. Everyone in this group is on 1 point. Everyone has 0 goals for, 0 goals against. I don't know why they're placed in the first position.
Maybe Wikipedia is run by Indian engineers or something. We don't know. All right. So moving on to the next. That's the section, and then we've covered some of these teams. Obviously, Thailand. Yeah. With a tough match coming up. We'll get to that in a second. But Syria doing well, and Vietnam and Malaysia both taking victories in their first match, setting up an exciting clash, guys. An exciting clash for this next match. Let's get into it. Woo! The first match to watch is, of course, that we're going to discuss, India, Hong Kong. So I'm going to set the stage a little bit for this particular match, guys. Both of these teams, a little bit of a disappointing first match. And what I want to say about this match is India has a very poor record against Hong Kong, but a lot of discussion points. On the India side, we're going to get into that in a second, but I just want to tell you all that this match it's still not 100%, but might be played in a new stadium in Hong Kong, a brand new stadium. What do you guys got to say about that?
Brand new stadium, Roy, and India has a fresh, young face up front, new talent. Who am I talking about, Roy?
Sunil Chhetri.
Back from retirement. He's neither fresh nor young, but he is back with India and still their only hope to score goals, in my opinion. Kind of nuts, Roy.
He's an international icon. You remember when he signed for the Kansas City Wizards? What year was it? This in 2017 or something. He came, and I actually went to one of the practice sessions, looking over the fence. I was surrounded by about 600 Indians just standing along the fence at a practice session, a closed practice session, trying to hear his voice, trying to get a glimpse of him. This is an international icon. He is famous globally amongst the Indian community, which is a massive community. And rightfully so, man. He's a legend for this national team. And at the ripe age of, where is he at? Is he 41?
He's 40. He's 40.
He's 40. The ripe age of 40.
He is a legend.
This team.
But this team has played anything but legendary, man, the past game. Really disappointing performance. Really disappointing team. The coach afterwards, Manolo Marquez, basically says, I don't know what to do. Basically, he said, this is just the state of Indian soccer right now. One of the more depressing comments from a manager. One of the more depressing times to be an Indian fan. After all the excitement early in World Cup qualifying, this is pretty low for India.
So. Yeah, I want to talk about where we are right now with the Indian national football team, because we're going to get to the other teams in this Asian qualifiers in a second, who have all taken advantage of their diaspora. If you look at where all the Indian players play, they all play domestically, right? And we know these players: Sandesh Jingan, Rahul Beke, Changte and Sunil Chhetri. We're seeing the same names over and over again, and they have performed well in the Indian Super League. I'll give them that. But one prime example is Vishal Kait, who has been the Indian Super League player of the year so far, right? And a lot of hype about him. The old goalkeeper doesn't get taken. He comes in, and his first match against Bangladesh comes up with 3 horrendous errors passing directly to the Bangladeshi players. How they didn't score, I don't know. But this guy is supposed to be the next big thing in goalkeeper for India, and he comes out with an atrocious opening performance. I get the nerves, all this, but Roy, you played goalkeeper. You can't come out with a performance like this.
No, and we also can't expect a player who's playing well in the Indian League to translate that to the national team level. That's like saying, oh man, that guy for UC San Francisco College is sure great. Hopefully he dominates for the U.S. national team. It's not going to translate. There are levels to this. The Indian League is notorious for not having the infrastructure, not having the investment, not having the interest, and that matches the quality and play in the league. And that's the problem with India. There's very low level of interest. There's almost no investment. There's no infrastructure. It's a country that is primed to take a rocket ship to soccer moon and be an exceptional team because they have the population, they have the right culture, but it's not happening right now. It's not going to happen soon. They need a huge win to turn this around. I don't think this India team, like the coach said, this India team's not going to be good for a very long time.
Yeah, and when everyone else is tapping into diaspora, when Vietnam is doing it, right? Yeah. When of course Indonesia is doing it, when you're seeing the US do it,
Malaysia's doing it,
even Spain do that, right? In some cases, how can you not keep up with the rest of the world? It indicates to me a lack of effort, a lack of interest, and a lack of real belief that they really want to better this program. You have to look to your diaspora. You have to find a way to incorporate other players. And if you don't, frankly, I don't know if I can continue to root for this team.
It's a good point. So let's talk about this particular match, because the way things are, there's no diaspora players coming in right now for this match, and we have 40-year-old Sunil Chhetri. We do get Manveer Singh back, who's the hero who scored against Kuwait. So let's talk about this particular match against Hong Kong. Hong Kong, by the way, has not lost in 8 matches, but so Hong Kong's off a pretty good streak. India, like I said, doesn't have a very good record against Hong Kong. Let's get to this match. Who's winning it for you, Rahi? Who's going to take this match?
I would be surprised to see India win this match, right? Away, potentially in a new stadium, not in a good moment. And yes, Manveer Singh's a player that we like. Came up with a huge goal in that qualifier against Kuwait. But the players are going to be short on confidence. The manager is short on confidence. There's nothing I've seen about this team to suggest that they'll get this victory. I'd expect Hong Kong to win this game at home, Roy.
100%. 100%. Hong Kong's done much better. You mentioned India's record against Hong Kong is not good. India's record against any team is not good. And this Hong Kong team is all right. It's a decent team. It's a better team than India. They've done well recently. They beat Mauritius. They beat the Philippines. They had a very, very tight game against Liechtenstein. They beat Cambodia. So it's tight, and they have a warm-up match. You know who they're playing to warm up for the qualifiers?
Who are they playing?
Manchester United, my friends.
See, that's good scheduling, honestly. Why not, right?
Well, India has Thailand. That's a pretty good team to play against before.
Not as good as Manchester United.
Yeah,
this
fair.
is a federation that is thinking creatively. This is a federation that's trying to build its national team program, build interest in it. It's playing against a global icon of a team. This is smart. This is what you want to see from India. Why doesn't India get creative with ways to increase their player pool, to increase the quality? They're just not doing it. There's not enough interest.
I don't know if it's an interesting, right? Honestly, I think the league is pretty. There's already it's not as big as cricket, but there's a big fandom. Mohun Bagan is a huge club, right? In terms of like overall,
it's the leadership. It's the leadership at the top, right?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
Yeah. So I actually am gonna say that this is gonna be a draw. So I think that this is going to be a draw. Let's see who's right at the end of it. But I think that they'll play much better than last time. They have to. Last time was an atrocious performance, which I have a video on that where I criticized them too much. So this time I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to be fair to the Indians out there. And I'm going to say, and myself being of that group, and say, we're going to get a draw away to Hong Kong. And that would be a pretty decent result, in my opinion. So, all right.
I don't know. That's not being fair. That's being hopeful.
So we'll see. We shall see who's right. We'll just see who's right at the end.
Always hopeful, though.
Always
nothing but not hopeful.
Okay.
Hopeful guy. Filled with hope.
I am a hopeful guy. Yes. Moving on to the Thailand-Turkmenistan match.
Woo!
Both teams have won the first match, which sets up an exciting tie in this one, Rahi. But of course, they are missing Mr. Sufanat Muanta, who's injured. So
a
who's
big
going to
man
get this
himself.
done?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I have an idea who's going to win this game.
Say it.
Oh, there he is with his Thailand jersey over there. Like,
can you see that? Can you see that?
It's beautiful.
The Thai team is going to do what they've done and what we've seen them do, of course, in the ASEAN Cup. Very impressive team. It's a team that knows how to play together. This is a tough game for them. It's a difficult opponent. I'm really excited about this because it's the leaders of the group. It's really going to determine, I think, who wins this group. It's going to be a little bit difficult, though, for Turkmenistan. A little mango and sticky rice situation for them. And I think Thailand is going to come through, my friend. I just love the way this team plays together, Roy.
Yeah, me too. I think this match is super exciting because group leadership is at stake. So that's big. But Thailand's just better offensively. They've demonstrated time and time again their attacking prowess. They have, 9 goals in their last 4 or 5 matches, which is pretty impressive. Turkmenistan has 3. So there's a big difference in attacking quality. I don't think Turkmenistan has ever beat Thailand. Let's get our intern to fact check that one. Do we?
I'll check that. Sorry.
Okay. Well, but that is my belief. And there's a home advantage for Turkmenistan, which is interesting. They'll be playing in the Ashgabat Stadium.
Yes.
But how big of a difference is the home stadium going
to
make?
It's a tough venue to play.
It is, but there's a huge difference in quality right now, and it's been seen over the past months. We'll see, man. We'll see. This is an interesting Thai team, though.
Yeah. So you guys both have Thailand winning, right?
Yeah, they gotta.
Yeah. I have Thailand winning too, despite not having one of their main players. But I think the way this team has been playing, I think, is just phenomenal in terms of what they've been able to do, and you see that how their quality, Rahi, like you mentioned, it's 100%. So moving on now to the very interesting tie on the books, Malaysia versus Vietnam. Now, just to let you guys know, the last few times these teams have played, in fact, the last 8 times these teams have played, Malaysia has not been able to beat Vietnam. Is this the time that Malaysia gets it done? Because as you guys remember, only the group winners get to the Asian Cup from this part of the qualifiers. So this is a huge match for Malaysia.
It's huge, and they have an opportunity because my main man is injured and not playing in this game, Roy. Who is
that? Oh God, what was his name? It's not. You're not talking about Van V. The top
I'm talking about Rafaelson, also known as Winswan Son.
Oh, that's right. Our boy.
He's injured. He's been injured. For a
so,
while.
I mean, look, this is still a great Vietnam. Solid team. We saw what they can do. Again, a good team going forward. Look, Malaysia has it in them, and there is some opportunity here, I think, in this game. They have a poor history against Vietnam. It's hard to pick against Vietnam. It's hard to pick against Vietnam when they're playing against teams in the region. At this point, they're very, very difficult to beat. I'd be hard pressed. I still think Vietnam pulls this, or maybe I'll go draw. I'll say it's a draw. I'd say Malaysia gets a draw. How about that?
Okay. Roy, before you answer, I want to call light to the fact that Malaysia has brought in a few players. Yeah. Naturalized players, who have come in. Most importantly, a certain Mr. Havel, who plays in the 2nd division of Portugal, not like a top level player, but someone who can help a little bit this team. And I think that they had this game in mind when they made these additions at the beginning, like toward the beginning of the year. So do you think this helps them out, or what's going to happen? Or is Quang Hai and Vietnam too strong?
I think you add a player who's playing in one of the top divisions in Europe, and they automatically become one of the best players in a tournament like this. You see India, whose primary league for their players is the Indian what is it called? The Indian Super League. Yep. And it's just such a low quality league. It's the equivalent of what, 6th division Portugal. So you bring in a guy who's playing in the 2nd division of Portugal.
Why are you insulting India for no reason?
It's true. What would you equate the Indian league to? 3rd division
Let's not talk about the Indian league. Let's talk about
Malaysia. A region as a whole. Players who are playing in top 2nd divisions throughout the world are going to do well in this tournament. They're going to make a big difference. It's very, very smart of Malaysia to come and do that, especially before a big home match. So I think Vietnam's very clearly the better team, very clearly more of a goal-scoring powerhouse. They absolutely thrashed Laos in the first round. But I think the home advantage, I think the new blood could be enough to get Malaysia on an off day for Vietnam a tie.
Okay. So you guys are both going draw.
Yep. I'm going draw for this one.
Okay.
5-4-0 Vietnam. That's
where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I think this Vietnam team is too good. This Vietnam team is so good. They've obviously Asian Cup championship winners, even without Win Swan Son. Quang Hai has been great. Their other players have been fantastic. This is a team that I think is just too strong for Malaysia, so I think Vietnam's going to win this match. Let's finish it off, guys, to another match to watch. And why should people watch this match, Rahi? What is the reason? There's one player specifically.
They call him the Bangladeshi Ronaldo. Well, they don't, but I am calling him that. He's a mix between Ronaldo and Messi, Roy. It's Mr. Hamza Choudhury, man. Look, doing what India does not do. Bangladesh bringing in a player who plays in a big league, my friend. A big league, a big player. He hasn't yet made the difference we'd hoped against India. Didn't make the difference, but he's an incredible player. It's going to come good soon. You're going to see what he can do soon, and I think it will be in this game against Singapore, Roy.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. He's an interesting player. It's an interesting match. Neither team is exactly a powerhouse in the region. Neither team is expected to come out and play some beautiful attacking soccer. But players like this make a difference. Players that are accustomed to a higher level of play are going to come here and do very, very well. And that's oftentimes you need individual talent, a single individual talent to win a game like this when all else is close to equal. So
well, I don't think it's equal. I mean, Singapore is a better team, I think.
Sure. Yes. But
I think it's interesting because I in a previous video I did say I didn't see Hamza Choudhury make the impact that necessarily I said that I don't think one player can make that impact that's going to take you to winning a match. But I think the more he gets settled into this team, and this is a player that's playing 90 minutes every game for Sheffield United, right? And a team that is on the verge at the time of this video of potentially going to the Premier League, right? So this is a top level player, and I think Singapore is going to have their work cut out in this match, especially going away to Bangladesh. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
You guys have ignored a very important detail about this match. There's one detail, of one player who has just received FIFA clearance to represent Bangladesh, and that is Mr. Shamit Shom of Cavalry FC. He played for Montreal Impact. He played in MLS. He's a decent player. He played for Canada. So I don't know if you guys remember it was around the time of the start of the global pandemic. He played for Canada. He had 2 matches with them. He did relatively well. He's a decent player. And now he's been greenlit to play for Bangladesh. So another example, not quite at the level of the other player you mentioned, but another example of a good player coming to boost a team's chances. That plus they're playing at home could be interesting.
Okay, so Ro, who you got winning?
I don't have anyone winning, man. For some reason, I feel a lot of these games are going to end in draws. I think a lot of these teams don't have that attacking prowess necessary to break down bunkers. So a lot of these teams, especially the lesser teams, especially if they're playing at home, they're probably going to do a low block. I don't think there's enough talent to break a low block. So I'm going to go with the 0-0 tie in this one.
All right, Rahi, what you got?
I think Singapore wins, but I think Hamza Choudhury gets on the score sheet himself. So I think it's a 2-1 victory for Singapore.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to go with Roy on this. I think I'm going to go with the draw between these two teams. Also, that helps in India in some way, shape, or form. So maybe that will, I'm trying to be unbiased, but I'm also trying to be biased here. So, I'll go with the draw in this particular match. So let us know out there what y'all think. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Who are you watching in these Asian Cup qualifiers? Maybe you're watching the Philippines match. I don't know. Just tell us out there. And as we always say, keep watching Asian football and keep watching the beautiful game.